coverage you can count on. This is WTVM News Leader 9.
We have the results of the latest rounds of primary elections, and it was a big win for the front runners. A look at the full results coming up.
Students at a school locally are honoring the memory of one of their classmates. A look at the dedication ceremony is just moments away.
And we're starting off this Wednesday morning mild and quiet, but we do have rain on the way. The forecast is ahead.
Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday for News Leader 9 Morning. I'm Cheryl Renee.
And I'm Jeff Leonard.
I'm Elizabeth Diamore.
You wanted to talk about the Weather Radio Wednesday, didn't you?
I did. It's a Weather Radio Wednesday, of course, and we're going to be at Fort Benning today. So it's a special event. We're excited to be out there. It's going to be our third event there at Fort Benning. We'll be there from 11 to 2, and we're programming weather radios, of course. But, yeah, a little note is that you can't actually go and buy one if you don't have a military ID.
Right.
So you have to have military ID to buy one, but if you just want to come get it programmed, you can definitely do that if you have a radio already. So bring it in. Come see us at the PX on Fort Benning from 11 to 2. Of course, we'll be out there with the Emergency Management Office, so thanks for having us today. Come see us and get your weather radio programmed, and also you can get your cell phone set with our severe weather text alerts. So temperatures starting off in the upper 50s and low 60s, 62 in Columbus, 58 right now in LaGrange, 62 in Eufaula. Clouds are starting to increase a bit. Also a few areas of patchy fog, but no major issues this morning. 86 at the Atlanta airport for your forecast. No delays elsewhere. At the bus stop, 63. Again, quiet, but coming home is when we could have one of those afternoon showers or thunderstorms. It's not going to be a washout. It's not going to be really widespread rain. Just make sure you have your umbrella just in case. Temperatures, though, will be in the mid-80s this afternoon. It's going to be a warm one. We're going to keep the warmth around and the rainy conditions. So more on your full forecast coming up.
All right, thanks, Elizabeth. 631 is your voice, your vote. And this morning, front runners for the presidential nomination are big winners. People in 5 states took part in primary elections yesterday: Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. For the Democrats, Hillary Clinton won 4 of those 5 states, with Bernie Sanders picking up a victory in Rhode Island. And on the GOP side, Donald Trump swept all 5 states, winning more than 50% in each. Coming up on Good Morning America live team coverage on if Clinton and Trump can be stopped.
Elsewhere happening today, a pretrial hearing is scheduled for the Columbus man accused of killing his girlfriend and their infant son. Brandon Connor, seen here, is accused of killing Rosella Mitchell and Dylan Connor 2 years ago. Police say Connor killed the two, then set their house on fire in August of 2014. Some 20 different motions are set to be finalized during this hearing today. If Connor is found guilty, he could face the death penalty.
This morning, a tree sits at Ridgecrest Elementary School in Phoenix City, honoring the life of one of the Upatoy murder victims. This red rose tree was dedicated to Gianna Lindsay yesterday, who was killed in January along with her grandmother and cousin. And during the ceremony, friends of Lindsay told News Leader 9 that even though 4 months has passed, time is not making the loss any easier.
No, every time I think about it, my heart breaks. She was my student.
God, no. Actually, it's been really, really hard. You know, coming up on Mother's Day has been really, really, really hard.
During the ceremony, Lindsay's mother was also presented with a yearbook dedicated to Gianna, who was a 5th grade student at the school. Tomorrow night on News Leader 9 at 11, stay tuned for our special report, Tragedy and Honor, remembering the Upatoy victims.
It is 6:33 happening today. A Columbus business is helping the family of the Carver High baseball coach who was killed in a car crash last week. Skipper's Seafood on Buena Vista Road will donate 10% of its sales today to the David Pollard Fund. The restaurant opens at 11 and closes at 8 tonight. This as police continue their search for the man they say is responsible for Pollard's death. Take a look. This is the dash cam video of that man seen running down Andrews Road shortly after the April 18th accident. If you have any information, you're asked to contact Columbus Police. Also happening today, ladies with the Alpha Kappa Alpha and the Delta Sigma Theta sororities are teaming up with the Columbus Links organization to give people a chance to meet the candidates. They will hold a forum tonight starting at 5:30 until 7 at the Columbus Public Library on Macon Road. Folks will get a chance to meet the candidates for City Council, School Board, both in next month's elections.
It is now 6:34. Rules are in place this morning in Alabama that would make it harder for lawmakers to impeach Governor Robert Bentley. Here's how the new rules break down. 1/5 of the state house would have to sign in favor of impeachment to send it to the Judiciary Committee. Then the articles would need 3/5 of the House to agree to bring the articles to a vote. Many are saying the rules are killing the impeachment process, which some lawmakers say should not have been an issue to begin with.
Yeah, ain't no law against having a girlfriend. And you bring an impeachment resolution concerning Governor Bentley, I'm going to have an amendment, and I'm going to add 12 members of the legislature named to it for allegedly have done the same thing or things that are worse.
Today, new rules for impeachment.
Representative Alvin Holmes calls efforts to impeach the governor sensational, but other lawmakers say the alleged affair with former top aide Rebecca Mason isn't the only thing the governor is lying about.
He gets up and he says, I've never lied to the people of the state of Alabama. What was that? No new taxes. And then 2 days later, guess what? I'm proposing a $700 million increase. And that's the kind of thing that's just the people are sick of.
Governor Bentley has not responded to the letters sent by Representative Morrill. You can follow this whole story from the beginning by going to our website, WTVM.com. Just look in the Robert Bentley box. More details from Georgia, where new laws are going into effect after being signed by Governor Nathan Deal. 3 bills were signed by the governor yesterday. The first allows the state to give money to pregnancy resource centers that offer medical and other services to pregnant women. The governor also signed a law blocking police officers from sitting through grand jury proceedings related to the use of deadly force. And if you donate to rural hospitals, you will now get tax credits.
6:36 happening today. The Goodwill in this area, Goodwill Southern Rivers, is joining with other Goodwills across the U.S. and Canada to celebrate Goodwill Week. It is a week to celebrate the power of work with a blitz of local events, workshops, and job fairs. Several events are happening across the valley, including a job fair and a resource fair taking place in both Columbus and Opelika at 10 o'clock this morning. Another job fair is also scheduled for Opelika tomorrow. For a full list of events and locations, you can go to our website, WTVM.com. Just look under the local tab.
Happening today, a special screening of the movie Only God Can will be taking place today at the Carmike 15 in Columbus. The movie stars former Baywatch actress and Playboy bunny Donna D'Errico, who is also a Columbus native. The actress spoke to Newsleader 9 about the movie, where she plays an alcoholic. D'Errico says she had a big return to church and God, which attracted her to this faith-based film.
People are thirsty for this type of movie that's wholesome, that has a really powerful, good message that you can walk out of the theater feeling good about.
Can't do anything without it.
We're giving away tickets to see Only God Can in Columbus, and we want to congratulate Tori Reese for winning 2 free tickets to see the movie. Congratulations.
It is 6:38 now. Today marks 5 years since a string of deadly tornadoes ripped through Alabama. 253 people were killed in what the National Weather Service calls one of the largest super tornado outbreaks in central Tuscaloosa and North Alabama. They took the hardest hits. Storms killed more than 130 people in those areas combined. Well, this morning, WSFA News reporter Bethany Davis with the Raycom Network is at Lake Martin at the campus of Children's Harbor, which had some damage. Tell us about it, if you would, Bethany.
Hi, that's right. In fact, in Elmore County and the surrounding areas around Lake Martin, about 7 people were killed that day. Here at Children's Harbor on the morning of April 27th, the trees were so dense in this area, you could hardly see the road that runs along the campus or the lake that it runs right up against from standing in the middle of campus. But when workers here woke up on the morning of April 28th, well, the trees were on the ground, most of those trees. Let me tell you a little bit about Children's Harbor. It welcomes about 4,500 campers every year and their families. And April through September are its busiest months. So if the storm had come through just 1 day later, this place would have been full of people. However, on April 27th, only 1 worker was here on campus and there were no injuries here. The majority of the damage here was structural. Tornadoes ripped off the roofs and the porches of the camp's 13 cabins, and the debris and trees on the ground were so thick you really couldn't drive a car or even walk around the campus. But folks here will tell you Children's Harbor story is not necessarily a tornado tragedy. This is really one of rebuilding and restoring and finding itself really even stronger than it was before. In fact, I asked the CEO here at Children's Harbor what kind of lasting effects did the tornado have. He said he really couldn't find any negative lasting effects, but a long string of positive effects that affected his ministry, particularly from those people, the volunteers, the hundreds and hundreds of volunteers that came together to get this place up and running within a matter of about 30 days. That seems to be the general sentiment in this area, in the Lake Martin area. It was a time of really generosity and a time of community and a time of coming together. And that's the impression that April 27th, 2011 has left on this area, guys.
Bethany Davis with Raycom Network. Thank you much.
Rebuilding and still hope there, so that's good.
So. That's why it's called Children's Hope.
All right.
Hope Harbor, I guess. Yeah. All right, 6:40. Let's get a check of the traffic and weather this morning. Here's Liz.
Thanks, guys. I wanted to show you, though, first off, the weather impact of it. If we can go ahead and take the Skype computer, I have the National Weather Service's page on this event pulled up here so you can see. Those are all tracks. Those little colorful lines there. There were 62 tornadoes reported in Alabama alone that day on April 27, 2011. That was a record number. There were 15 in Georgia. We had some, about 7 in our viewing area alone. Of course, the one that Bethany was just at there in the Lake Martin area over in Tallapoosa County was our largest and strongest one. We did have a couple of EF5s reported in northern Alabama. So it was definitely a weather event that completely changed the weather community, and it definitely was an anomaly on the chart. Those just tons of the tornadoes and the damage was $11 billion, the costliest tornado outbreak ever reported. But yeah, that is the 5-year anniversary of that, and I just wanted to touch a little bit on that. But let's get a check of your traffic right now as you're getting out, heading to work on this Wednesday morning. A vehicle stopped on the shoulder there westbound on Highway 280 headed towards Phoenix City. Elsewhere, no major issues. Macon, Veterans, and Manchester all are looking okay. Temperature-wise, we're in the 60s, so very mild as you're getting outside, almost a little on the muggy side. And we'll see those temperatures again well into the 80s. 84 in Columbus for your forecasted high, 83 in Auburn, 86 in Americus. You also see some showers and some thunderstorms on on your forecast with a very low chance of rain. So not everyone's going to see rain this afternoon, but definitely possibility to see a passing shower and a rumble of thunder. So don't forget, for more on that, you can get that latest radar on our WTVM Weather mobile app. Guys.
Hey, 6:42. Thank you much, Liz. Hey, don't forget, we would like to see who has the best barbecue and backyard. You can enter the News Leader 9 Barbecue Showcase by sending your pictures to us and recipes. You can send that to Pix, that's P-I-X, at WTVM.com.
We will show them off the best each Friday of the month in May on News Leader 9 Morning. Now a look at what's trending online in today's Tech Bites.